Hi, it's Rachel from Sage. So today I've just done sort of a bingo selection of makeup today. I just went into my drawer, my giant drawer, and pulled out pretty much anything. I didn't color match, I didn't anything like that. I just grabbed whatever I could. First off, because I'm off to see my sister and her family and our daughter. So I don't want to be taking too long doing this. I didn't want to take too long to choose stuff. And I just grabbed the first thing that I could. Now, did I make reasonable selections? Well, yes, because everything's pretty much organized in there anyway. And I just, most of my palettes, most of them have neutral shades in them. So hopefully this works out right what I'm doing here now. And I'm not going to mention this palette because it's no longer available and it's probably expired. But I test my makeup regularly to make sure that it's still usable for me and it's fine. That's all I'll say about that. It's just fine. Put a little bit of something in there. Okay, so that's about all we're doing with eyeshadow. I have done my brows. I'm still trying to use that brow gel, which I just don't know if it's giving me the overall effect that I want. I feel that the underside of my brows are quite messy and they probably need a tweeze, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm just getting my pencil, my trusty pencil, to line that up a little bit better. Sometimes these hairs get so long and they get really wild, especially in the summer, because the hair growth, it's just nature really. Your hair growth is more intense in the summer. Okay, so mascara, I'm just using whatever's here. I've got the Revolution Pro High Flyer, which is new to me. Still haven't gathered my thoughts on it. It does seem to hold a curl quite well. Not that I bothered to curl today, but it does seem to do that. It doesn't seem to add volume. So far, I haven't noticed that. And I do need to put on a few coats to satisfy myself that all lashes are covered. I'll put another coat of mascara on later, and before that I'll put some, after that I'll put some eyeliner. Now I grabbed Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I don't know if this shade's going to be right. It's super light, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of it on my face, right? And then I'm going to add, I'm using this one because it's hot here. You can see it's really light. And I'll add what's left of the Naked Sundays skin tint in there as well. And hopefully that will balance out a bit. I tend to tap these in because they are tints, and if you just go sort of spreading them around, you get practically no coverage at all. So together, tapped in with this rather nice brush from Merit, I find they tend to be holding on the skin, staying on the skin, giving a bit of coverage. I never want too much, especially in the summer. We don't want to be spending our day doing our makeup, do we? Another summer of crazy weather in Australia, bushfires, flooding, drought. There's nothing to burn here. That's one thing I'll say about our conditions at the moment. Even if there was a fire lit, it wouldn't take hold because there's nothing much to burn, which is typical of our environment here. Okay, just a loose powder. I've just got the Moira, this one here. I don't know what it's called, I can't remember. I mean, I do know, but I can't remember. I'm not worrying about concealer today. I'm mostly going to be in the car, driving, listening to audio books, listening to a playlist that my sister has recommended to me, a podcast that my sister has recommended. A Stranger Things podcast, actually. And I have now watched the final season of Stranger Things. I'm a huge fan of the show. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything else because you're either into it and maybe you haven't watched it all and I don't want to be the person to spoil it for you, or you don't care. So that's that. All right, so that colour turned out okay. Not brilliant, but okay. Oh, those rogue hairs on my brows. Putting a second coat of mascara on now. I will say, having a straight wand does mean that I can do my lower lashes with the same brush, with the same mascara. I often have to use a different mascara for my lower lashes because sometimes a curved wand just makes a mess. This is a really dry formula, I have to say. I just don't know what else to... Yeah, it surprises me that a new mascara, a newly opened mascara, is already this dry. But those hairs, those lashes will hold all day. I'm quite confident in that. All right, let's put some other stuff on. Now I just grabbed a blush. I grabbed the Maybelline Sun Kissed Matte Blush in this vibrant orange. I'm going to be very circumspect about how much I use here because this is super bright. The shade, let me tell you the shade, 35. Spritzy orange. Yeah, well that makes sense. It looks like an Aperol Spritz, doesn't it? And I'm going to put my Merit Flush Balm or something it's called in terracotta. I'll just show you there if you can see that. Back to front. Underneath. I use this as a blush, I use this as a bronzer. It is perfect for my skin tone. It goes on over powder just fine. And I just swipe the whole thing all over my face just so, and you can see how flat it is. I'm going to be finishing up that quite soon. All right, let's do it. Do I worry about getting my makeup in my hair? Obviously I don't, because it happens nearly every time I do it. And as Robert Welsh says, you're going to get makeup in your hair. You're going to get it in your hair. So if a pro like him says that, then we need not worry if we do. I guess if you had a deeper skin tone, you could even use that as a colour corrector mix with your foundation. Now there's an idea. I need a little bit more on this side, I think. Just the merest dot there to match up, because as you know, I do like to take my blush up to almost to the lower lash line and almost have it meeting with my eyeshadow. That is not that matte, is it? All right, now I'm going to need to use a bit more powder to dust across. Set everything down. So I'm going to a couple of shows this weekend, gigs. Both gigs I'm going to with my daughter. One of them I'm going to with her friend as well, my sister, my niece, and maybe my niece's boyfriend. And one of the gigs is an old student of mine. And let him know that I got tickets to his show, and he's quite excited. So I'll be seeing him hopefully before or after the show, I don't know. I haven't seen him since he left school a long time ago. So that's kind of cool that he's made a career or is making a career out of performing after going to uni for a while and discovering that the law was not his chosen career after all, even though I still think he would be an incredible lawyer. That's nearly empty. The NYX Marshmallow setting spray, I love these. I buy the minis or get them. Sometimes I get given them by, you know, when I place an order. Actually, that might even be done. Yep, that's finished. All right, there's an empty for me. Just let that dry down a little bit. Put some lipstick on. Still got the NYX Smooshy in Soft Smile on my table, and I really love this. I've been wearing this every day this week. I may even try and get some other shades when I'm in a bigger place that has more shops. I love it. I just really love it. Matte lip, you know, glowy eye. Yeah, palette, super old. She still packs a punch, hey? Unreal quality, unreal. Okay, this is on my table as well. The Revlon Line Creator, the Revlon Color Stay Line Creator. I'm going to use the pencil side today, just the pencil side. And this is the brown one. I wish I could tell you the shade. Let me see if I can actually read the shade, because, you know, it's so hard to see them. Okay, I cannot see. Oh, hang on, there we are. 152 Leathercraft. That is the shade, if you're looking for it. 152 Leathercraft. That makes sense. Neutral brown, it's leaning slightly cool tone, I have to say. Okay, I really just want it for definition on the upper lid, not so much on the lower lash line. I don't want to go too dark. Let's get a little bit more pencil out. Hope you're having a good day. It's going to be super hot again, but it is summer and I live in a hot place, particularly hot place. All right, that's enough, I think. Let me get my puff and go up under there. Didn't use concealer, did I? Definition achieved. Okay, that's good. Don't want it to be any more than that. Right. That's a pretty quick face of makeup. I'll go and fix my hair and I'll be back. So here's the finished look. Very quick and easy, really. I mean, yeah. I did decide to put on a bit of Revlon 006 Naughty Nude. I usually wear this as sort of a highlighter rather than a blush. It's not that glowy. It's got a bit of sheen to it, but not heaps. So I just put that on up here as well. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope that if you're traveling, that you travel safely, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.